Work is inherently a social act. We work in companies to be in the company of others. While we have our own work and things that we pay attention to, there's also, we just work with other people. We like other people. We make things for other people. We make things with other people. We get ideas from other people. We expand our own horizons by getting information from and talking things out with people. So people are important. So as we're looking for how we are going to prioritize our personal work, we can't just look at, the client needs this or this has to be done on this schedule. We also have to think about who we're working with, and we're working with, kind of two sets of people: other people and ourselves. And both of those are important. Both needs are important. So when we look here, we'll collapse the options here and we'll open up the options over here. Let's say that these are my options, and I have options for just me, just stuff I'm going to do alone, stuff I need to work on with other people, and ones where I need information, like just information only. So, these here might be able to be settled by just sending an email, but there's still a relationship. These are things where I can do 100% of this work all by myself. And it's important to see this, because if we see that, we're constantly just, doing this and then this and then this, and we're just pulling things out of the me and others, that generally means that you are prioritizing other people's needs over your own. Okay. On the other hand, if those just sit there and languish and you do these things solely, then you're prioritizing your own needs over the needs of others. And so we need to kind of see what that interplay is from time to time, and also just to get an idea of how complex or how complicated we're making our working relationships. So if I'm working with other people and each one of these tasks requires me to schedule time with them to specifically work on those things, and it happens frequently, where every week I have to do the same 5 things. I have to do them with Tony Ann, but every week it seems like we're scheduling the time to do that. Well, that's foolish. So you should schedule a working session where these tickets would be done, and they would be done only in that session, or only in that context. And then you can prioritize other work. In other words, you're calming the chaos of the relationships that you have in order to pay attention to the complexities of like your actual work, because some of these things are probably hard. And so you want to pay attention to that complexity, not generate your own by having crazy scheduling conflicts and things like that. So when we look at this, it's not just, am I doing this alone or am I doing it with other people? We're looking at that and we're thinking, okay, well, so what does this mean? Again, so when I work with these other people, let's just say for sake of argument that all these red ones are ones that I'm working on with Tony Ann. Well, okay, so maybe I'm just going to group them all, and I know that today at 2 o'clock we're going to get together and we're going to knock these 3 out. I don't have to pay attention to them. These 2 are with other people I still may need to schedule, and this stuff is totally within my zone of control. And these are just emails, right? Or these are things where I'm waiting for the information, and then when I get the information, they can move over there, right? So there's a lot of different ways for us to take a look at our work in a social context. This is just touching the surface, obviously, but think about who you're working with. Try to work with other people more, because when we work with other people, we get instant feedback on our ideas, on our product, and we give other people ideas which help us refine how we think about working, the work product, the client, and everything. So the more that we can work together, the better our work is going to be. We just need to make sure that we work together in a sane way so that collaboration isn't chaos, and we can better manage that work. So the other side of this is just me, just Jim. So, what does Jim hate doing? What does Jim feel ambivalent about? What does he love? I mean, we tend to do this in fours, so it could be hate, whatever, like, and love. So like things you really, really, really love. But what we have here now is we have a set of things that we could be doing right now, and we know that we're going to have some sort of emotional reaction to them. And everyone has a different strategy for dealing with these things. So let's say I love doing creative things, and I know that my creative energy is best between like 6 and 10 o'clock in the morning. That's just me. A lot of you are going like, I'm not even awake by 10 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up and ready to go, as maybe a parent, early in the morning, ready to go, and I would want to do these creative things first. Other people, when they get up, they're like, these things that I hate are a weight like on my soul, and I have to get them done immediately. So whatever your own mechanism is for dealing with this work, pull the right work at the right time based on how it's going to make you feel. You've had kind of a tough morning, maybe you should pull a couple things you really like doing. Even though this might be more important, you might want to pull this one just to kind of get your groove back. So think about yourself, think about your own emotional state when you are prioritizing your personal work.